Welcome to the Consulting Unleashed Clarity and Focus session. So today we're talking about the know, like, and trust factor and how that's going to help you generate, convert sales. And what I was seeing, the reason I brought this up and something just to be mindful of, and also it also will enable you to take a look at what is and what isn't going on for you in the marketplace right now, as maybe why you're not converting, or perhaps there are some elements I'm going to be sharing with you today that are going to help you to actually convert your sales. So this is why this came up, and it came up for me over the weekend. And I was just looking at a few things, and I was looking at emails. Like I was looking at people who were sending me emails. I was looking at people who were jumping into my calendar over the last couple of months. And I was just trying to get a feel or a gauge for who these people are, what type of business they're running. G'day, Bruce, good to see you here. What type of business they're running, and how and what do they look like in terms of would I buy them? Would I buy their services? That's the question that I was asking myself. And so I sat down and I thought about that exact question. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So you should be able to see my screen. I'm going to hit the play button. The know, like, and trust. So there are some fundamental things that we need to make sure that we have in place, that we need to be aware of, because at the end of the day, we want to be in business. Now, as a business person, we need to put our business hat on. I'm just going to bring my table up a little bit like that, and just so bring that in, give a bit of hype because I'm at a stand-up desk here. So to put some light into this whole like trust thing, and I will answer your questions like I've been answering every day, is that one of the things you want to be aware of is the things that you must have as a business owner. And so I get a lot of people who I'm surprised, instead of using a professional email, they're using their Gmail or a Ymail or a Yahoo mail. And in my head, I'm hoping that they're not sending that identification out into the marketplace, because that will say a lot about who you are as a business, right? You really need to use your business email, because people read where the email is coming from, right? So if you're using a Ymail, Gmail type email, that's not to say that it won't get through and it won't work, right? But it is a reflection on your brand, right? So what do you look like to the marketplace right now? So if I was to come to you, and this is a question rhetorically that you need to be asking to yourself, is if I was coming to you and to your business, why should I buy you over above a competitor right now? What are you doing to make me feel comfortable, safe, excited about what you have to offer, as opposed to what is being offered in the marketplace? So are you in business? That's the question, right? Can I search for your business online, right? What would I find if I did a search for you personally, your name? And what would I find if I did a search for your business name, right? What would I find online? Because remember, people are looking. This is something that you need to be mindful of. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have everything up and running, but you want to have some fundamental things going on to make sure that people are aware of what you look like in the marketplace. Because if they're going to try and find you and you don't match up to any claim that you make, or if you don't match up to things that you're saying, you will lose the confidence of the person who is interested in buying what you have to offer. So you have to come off looking a little bit more professionally. So these are things you want to be mindful of, right? Do you have a close network of business owners to talk to, right? Are you talking to internet marketers, or do you have a business network, right? How many people here have 5 or 6 people in business that they know that they can talk to on a regular basis, right? Because if you're in business, you want to talk to business owners. I'm talking to business owners every single day, right? I talk to practice owners, I talk to agencies, I talk to people who are actually owning and running businesses. But in my circle of people that I talk to, I've got Damien Papworth here. He's one of my friends. He's in business. He's running a very significant business in the marketplace, one that I know adds a huge amount of value. And that's one of the reasons why I like talking to Damien, because Damien is running a real business model in a market, in an area, one where I have interest, but I know that we together as friends add a lot of value in our conversations with each other, right? I learn heaps from Damien when I reach out to Damien. Now, I'm not talking, I know we're talking Damien, we're talking every day, Monday to Friday at the moment, but normally in the real world, we might only talk to each other maybe once a month or once every other month. So what types of business owners do you have in your network that you're having conversations with? And these conversations will revolve around how things are going, what's working, what's not working, what are you thinking about, what are you seeing, right? So you're getting some information and some knowledge from a business perspective, because the more you know at a business level, the more that will have an impact and will help you, right? The more you know at a business level, the more that have an impact, right, and will help you in the marketplace. So this is a common question. Think about it. Who's in my network? If I don't have any businesses to talk to, then I've got to get out and start connecting and building relationships with business people, right? Because business people talk about business. And if we're in business, we need to make sure that we're having those types of discussions. Today, I'm having a discussion with an incredibly successful business person in another country, right? This is a friend, and we probably talk to each other maybe once every 2 or 3 months, right? But I'm reaching out to my friends and connections right now to say, hi, what are you working on? How things are going? And what I'm trying to do is have positive, optimistic conversations. And that's why, right, I want to build, and I would encourage all of you to build 5 to 10 business connections that you actually talk to and converse with, because what will come out of those relationships is you get referrals, you get client opportunities, or you may get an idea or an insight that will help you to go out to the marketplace. These are the things that you want to be aware of. So things to consider, and these are really important from a business point of view. You must have these pieces in place, right, for you to be considered as a true business owner, because there's a lot of people that are in the middle of these areas that I'm going to share, right, and don't have some of these things in place, and these are things you need to be thinking about, right? So business structure: are you a sole trader, partnership, incorporation, LLC, C Corp? That should be not C Corp, that should be C Corp. In fact, let's just fix that while we're here in the middle of this chat here. P, right? So are you a C Corp, right? Are you a proprietary limited organization? Depending on where you are in the world, what is your business structure? Now, if you don't know what your business structure is, or you don't know what your responsibilities as in that business structure is, I strongly suggest that you make a time with your accountant and sit down and look at that. A lot of people in the solo market or in the agency market at the early days, they will be at that sole trader, solopreneur, or sole operator business entity, right? That doesn't protect you, and that's why you need to look at things like incorporation and those sorts of things. As you create those different structures, there are different things that you need to comply with in your business. And guess what? Some people are going to look and see if you are an LLC or a PTY Ltd or a C Corp or a partnership. Partnerships generally tend to work with in the consulting area or in the accounting, the professional services. They run the partnership model in terms of their entity and their structure. Right now, what business structure do you have? Because remember, this is an entity that you're building as a solid base for your business, and you need to take care of some of these fundamental things, right? Company name. Don't call your name Mighty Mouse Marketing, thinking it's really cute. I've seen some people who've called their businesses horrible names, right? The least that you want to do is your name and associates, right? Somebody just typing in the chit chat right now. Damien Papworth just did me a high five or put his hand up. I don't know if you want to ask me a question, Damien, or if you want me to keep going. If you want to answer a question, just type yes, Damien, or are you just listening? Damn, I just bought that. I was saying hi. Awesome, thanks. Appreciate that. All right, so company name, right? Your name, your brand, a brand. Think about this, right? I'd highly recommend getting your hands on Seth Godin's latest book on marketing. But one of he talks about is are you a brand, right? Or are you just a commodity in the marketplace? Your company name is your brand. If you put the word marketing in your name, right, you're putting an identity based on the business, right? I've had many obscure names of business that had nothing to do with what I did in the market. My byline told people what I did, but the name of the brand or the brand that I was trying to build, right, was the entity or was the name of the company, because I was trying to build a connection to that brand, right, to that icon, right? You'll notice that my brand is on this slide with Consulting Unleashed. I've got a big C. I paid a lot of money for that big C. I could have gone to Fiverr and got a cheap $20 deal, but no, I paid thousands and thousands of dollars for my C, right, for Consulting Unleashed. Even if you look at my type fonts, there is a unique type font for Consulting and for Unleashed, even though it looks like it's Helvetica, but it actually is a unique type font that is recognized to my brand. We even have a color palette for our brand. We have 5 colors that we use through our websites, our landing pages, all those sorts of things. Our brand, we've got a company name and a brand. In fact, the name of our company is The Unleashed Group. It is a group of companies with a series of brands in that company, right? So understand that your name is going to be important. So I'm going to give you an example of why this is important. I had a lady, Janet, right? She was in SEO. An SEO audit with Janet was anywhere 100,000 plus is what Janet would charge for an SEO audit, right? Imagine $100,000 for an SEO audit. She had this company, right, that was called Butterfly Effect Marketing. That was the name of the company. Butterfly Effect Marketing, right? Butterfly Effect Marketing. Now, she was dealing with bigger businesses. Do you think bigger businesses are going to look at a company called Butterfly Effect Marketing? Because what she had was a pretty butterfly as her logo, which is very pretty. But she had, you know, the wings of a butterfly create, you know, exponential growth, right? Little hinges swing big doors. That was her psychology and that was her brand. And she had the pretty butterfly. She had some really cool graphically designed font that looked like somebody had a paintbrush, and it was all very pretty and it was purpley and all those sorts of colors. Now, when she sat down with companies to go and sell her $100,000 SEO package, and these companies were like, we're talking companies that are 100 million plus are going to spend $100,000 on an SEO package, right? So she was talking to these companies, and here she was, Janet from Butterfly Effect Marketing, right? And what was happening was there was a disconnect between the company and her, because the brand didn't match up with who they were. Right? They don't know, they felt, oh, butterfly was a bit of an airy fairy thing. So I was asking her, I was saying, hey, that's all really cool. You got this name and that's your name and that's fine. But at the end of the day, who is your client and do you look like your client? And she went, holy crap, I've just thrown out 30 years of consulting experience out the window, right? Yes, I agree. I need to look more like the clients in the marketplace. So she changed her name, right, to BCG, right? The BCG, right? The Bartoli Consulting Group, BCG. And it was the logo was very clean, was BCG, right? The acronym, right? And then it gave a subline of what she did, right? Data analysis and search specialist, right? Data analysis and search specialist is what she did, right? So she changed the name of her company. She changed the brand of the business, right? And what she looked like. She changed her website to look more corporate-y. Guess what started to happen? More and more conversions, more and more relation. The clients related to her styling, right? Because it looked like the type of company that they would hire, right? So think about your name or the company you have, the brand that you're building is really important, right? Errors and omissions insurance or professional indemnity insurance. Everybody should have this. It's not very expensive to have. It's roughly anywhere between $1,000, cheap as $800, could be a couple of grand a year, but it will protect you for between $1 million and $5 million in any incidental issue that you may have or may not have with a client. If you don't have errors and omission insurance and you're out there generating clients and your clients is not happy with you and they decide to sue you, that's your house, that's your livelihood, that's bankruptcy, all right? So you need to have, this is something you must have. Talk to your accountant to make sure that what you do to comply with what you have in your market, really important to have, right? Must have, right? If you don't have this and you're doing business, as soon as you get some money, go and buy one of these, right? Highly recommend that you do that. Now, that's the other thing is in your agreements and terms and agreements, you can let people know that you are insured. If you're insured, that means you're a professional business and entity in the marketplace. This will build trust. There are companies that have compliances. Damien Patworth has an SIO or iOS designation right? That he had built systems that is bestowed upon him by a government licensed body that he can work on major projects in the marketplace. That means he's worked on all these processes, all these systems, has documentation, manuals, procedures that is recognized at a government standard that he can stamp quality assurance on his business, right? That gives people in the market who are going to deal with Damien's company at a larger level confidence and assurance, and it also ticks a box for them because some companies look for that as the idea that they want to purchase. Sorry, ISO, yeah. So Damien's calling it's an ISO, which is essentially a quality assurance number, right? Essentially a quality assurance number. So next, digital footprint, websites, social media profiles, landing pages. If you are selling a particular service, then you need to reflect that service through all the things that you do. Is your service reflected in your website? Are your clients, prospective clients, reflected in your website? If you work in the trades, then you need to put trades images in your sites, right? If you work with accountants, then you need to put accountancy images in your website. If you work professional services, look professional. If you work with engineers, look engineering, right? You need to make sure that your digital footprint is in alignment with your audience. Your social media profiles need to be in alignment. Your landing pages need to be in alignment. There's this website, it's called Noem, KNOEM.com, noem.com. For $80, if you can set up a profile in all your different respective profiles to have your title tags, your links to your website, a description of your business and service that is consistent, and they will do that for over 25 different entities online for you, so that when somebody does an SEO search for you, that the message stays the same. And I think it's $75 or $100, not very expensive. They have a bigger package, but they can actually use that. You can use that to create a branding footprint for yourself online, right? The website is called Noem, KNOEOM.com, Noem.com, right? So your digital footprint, website, social media, really important, right? Proof assets, case studies, video sales letters, explainer videos. What is your philosophy, your methodology? How do you solve a problem? You need to have that. You need to put that out there. We've talked about a lot of these in these training sessions, that you want to build some assets in the market so that people know if they search something from you that they can find a video, or they can look at your LinkedIn profile and you've got some content that is relevant. What is your ideology? What is your philosophy? What is your methodology to solve the problems in the market? People need to know that. They need to be able to see that, and you need to be able to direct them to things that reflect that, right? You can't just have a chit-chat conversation and not start backing up what you do in the marketplace. So one of the things you want to do is to create proof assets, case studies, VSLs, explainer videos. What is a philosophy or methodology? If you built one asset a week, that's 52 assets in a year, right? We can do that. Right? We can build one asset a week. Very easy to do, right? So you need some assets, okay? So why should I buy from you? A few people chit-chatting here on the line, right? Actually, Janet is now owns a 30% stake in another organization now. Her consulting firm moved from her consulting to now owning a stake in a larger company. So now she actually has an equity stake in a very large organization from what she did. But her company was BCG, which is, BCG, there's a lot of companies called BCG, right, in the market, okay? So, why should I buy from you, right? That's the question you want to ask, right? What are you really good at doing? What are you really good at delivering in the market, right? How does that help, right? That's the question. Who'll benefit the most from what you're really good at? That's what you want to be focusing on. Not the things you're not good at, not the things that you don't know anything about, the things that you do know something about, the things that you can help people with. This is where you're going to make the opportunity. Your skill set, your knowledge, your experience comes from what you know and what you deliver or can deliver to the marketplace. We need to find that message that marries the market, right? Because if you come off not knowing what you're talking about and not knowing what you're looking like and not knowing that, people are going to pick that up straight away and you've lost the sales opportunity, right? So how important is it for people to buy what you have to offer right now? Is what you've got to offer right now really important for people to take advantage of? And on a scale of 1 to 10, what does that look like? Because you've got to describe those benefits, right? Have you created an offer that is relevant to where your customer is right now, right? Have you developed an offer that speaks to safety, security, social connection, belonging, personal safety? Is your message in alignment with where people's heads are at right now in the market? If we're in a growing, if we're in a growing market and we were in a surplus scenario in our budgets from a government point of view, then we would be talking about aspirational offers, right? How do we grow further? How do we go beyond where we are right now? But right now we have to bring it down. We have to pare it down into where people are. Is your offer in alignment with the market, the message that you're putting out there, right? What is the offer you're making to start the conversation? Right now, what is the message that you're putting out there to start the conversation? My favorite one right now is, are you closed like everybody else, or are you actually taking clients right now in your dental business, right? Are you taking patients on right now, or are you closed like every other dentist in the marketplace, right? Or are you coming back? Are you intending to be back in this market, or are you going away, right? There's a conversation starter, right? If you are, let's talk about you being back in the market. So what is right now, what is the offer that you are making to start the conversation? That's the question that you want to be answering, right? So how many conversations are you starting today? There is the question. How many conversations? Now, I know it's Sunday in the United States for our American cousins, but in Australia, it's Monday morning, right? So if you're in Australia on the eastern side of the world, so the southern side of the world, this is your working day. So my question to you, and I'm not asking for an answer to this question, it's rhetorical, is how many conversations are you starting today, right? How many conversations are you starting today? Because that's what you're going to be doing every single day. Right now, we're in hustle mode. We're in startup mode, right? So are you a duck or a do? So I just want to explain the duck or do scenario. There are two types of people, and I've talked about this before, but there are two types of people in the world, right? And I work with both people, right? I work with ducks and I work with do's. So let me explain a duck and a do, right? There are some people here, they have to get everything ready. They've got to get the website ready. They've got to get the plans ready, the structure. They've got to get the business entity ready. Got to do all the sort of things. Got to make sure I've got all my landing page ready. I've got to get all these pieces together, right? And then I can go to market. I've got to get all my ducks in a row, right? Make sure that everything's okay, and then I can go to the market. That's a duck. A do, right now, by the way, ducks are really important. There's nothing wrong with being a duck. It's okay being a duck, but we need to know who we are as a person, right? We're either a duck. Now a do, right, is a person that will go to the market without having anything ready. They're just going to go and talk to people. They're going to make an offer, and they're going to figure it out as they go along, right? So a do will just go and make an offer, start a conversation, or if they can't start a conversation, make another offer, right? Instead of slapping up a full website, they're going to slap up a one-page landing page with one video on it and a book now to my button. So keep it really minimum viable product, right, to the market, and they're just going to go, right? So are you a duck or are you a do? Are you a person that needs the ducks in a row? Or are you just going to take an action, get some feedback fast? I would love to know if you're a duck or a do. Are you a duck or a do? Just put duck or do in the chat. Tanya says, I'm a duck. Yeah. Which one is, oh, James says, which one's logo? Well, take a guess. What do you think I am? Shamil's a do. Yeah. Chris is a duck. James is a do. Yeah, you're right. I'm a do. I'm not a duck, right? In fact, I'm a very, very messy duck, but I'm a do, right? I would say Damien's a do. He's a do. Chris is a duck. Yeah, you're a duck or a do. Now, here's the thing. Who do you think makes sales faster? Ducks or do's? Ducks or do's? Do's. Who makes sales faster? In your opinion, who makes sales faster? Ducks or do's? Do's. Okay, we've got a lot of do's, right? So instead of being, so think about this for a moment, right? Think about the question you want to ask yourself is, what am I doing right now that is going to make a direct impact to my sales? I've got to be a do. I've got to make an offer. After I get off this webinar, I've got one more meeting, and then I've got a whole bunch of do's to do, right? I've got a whole bunch of do's, right? Nothing to get ready. Just go and do this thing and go for it, right? That's my day today, right? It's the go for it day, right? Every day is a go for it day, but today just happens to be a very special go for it day, right? So the do's, right? You need to get, if you know that you can help people, you need to go out and make that offer first. All this other stuff that I talked about, all this, if I go back a few slides, all this stuff, the things to consider, right? All this, right? This is a duck, right? You can do this, you need to do these things. You need to have these things, but you need to do these things along the way. You can actually put some of these things off to later, right? But remember, right, we want to be a do. Tanya says, I'm a hustling duck right now. So April is up. Awesome. Thank you, Tanya. Right. So understand that we need to be action takers, right? We've got to do right now. What do you need to do right now? And the thing that you say that you need to do, the question you have to ask yourself, is that thing going to make a direct impact to my bank account now or in the future? If the answer is now, then the answer is you're doing the right thing. If the answer is in the future, how long into the future? Next week into the future, next month into the future, next 3 months in the future, next 12 months in the future. If it's anything over a week, then you've got to change the thing that you do. Hopefully that makes sense, right? If it's anything longer than a week to get a result, then you have to change whatever it is that you believe you need to be doing right now. Does that make sense? Somebody's chit-chatting. So Michael says you can kill most of the ducks in your row. I don't know what CK off and make them do's. Yeah. True or true? Chris says true or true. Do, yes, Michael, yeah. Right? What do you need to do right now that's going to make a direct impact to revenue in the bank account? That's a question I ask every single day. Am I doing something right now that's going to make a direct impact to my bank account? Yes or no, right? If the answer is no, and even if I have to ask that question, I know the answer is no. So then I'm going to switch my strategy, right? So what offer are you sending out today? What offer are you sending out today, right? Think about the offer that you're sending out today, right? Chris, phone calls. Yeah, absolutely. Phone calls is a big impact thing. Follow-ups, big impact. Invoicing, that's the big impact. Invoicing client. In fact, I'm sending out a few of those today, right? Invoicing, collecting invoices. Going to collect a few of those today too, right? So that's a primary objective, a do's in your business, yeah? Okay, so next, who are you following up today? How many, who? If you're on your Sunday and tomorrow's Monday for you, write the list of all the people you're going to follow up tomorrow, and that's the people you're going to be engaging, right? Right? What can I do to close a deal today? What can you do to close a deal today? I think about that every single day. What can I do to actually close a deal today? And then go and do it, right? Can I make a direct offer? Can I do an incentivized offer? Hey, normally we do $5,000 for websites. Right now, I know times are tough. We're willing to kick in $1,000 towards graphic design. So the $5,000 website's going to be $4,000. If you're interested, buy now. Send that out to 20 people, see if somebody wants to redo their website. That's a direct deal, closed deal sales offer today. Can you make a direct offer for today for somebody to buy? That's the question I want to ask you, all of you, right, that are on there. Right now, can you make a direct offer for somebody to buy what you have to offer, right? If the answer is no, you need to come up with one, right? If the answer is no, you need to come up with one, okay? Type 1 if you can make a direct offer tomorrow or today for people to buy. Just type 1 if you can't. 2 if you can't. Tanya can make a direct offer for today. Because I want to see, in the next 48 hours, it'd be interesting to see how many actually make a sale. Chris, you can make a buy now offer. Yep. Who else? Just type 1 if you can make a buy now offer. Shamil, you can make a buy now offer. Awesome. What else? Who else? Who else can make a buy now offer? A buy now offer is you're going to share an offer and say, I want you to buy one, but I usually don't with the first cold email. Brian, make an offer. Test it. The people that I would do a buy now deal with are people I've already spoken to. People who are in my list that I've already reached out to or spoken to are the people that I would do a buy now offer to, right? That's who I would do a buy now. If you want to go buy now direct to the market, you can make a direct buy now offer. Damien says we did on Thursday about 50 interested replies. Well done, Damien. 50 interested replies by just making a buy now offer. Book a meeting to suggest to buy now. Yes, you can do book a meeting you can book a meeting to suggest to buy now. Yes. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing here for a second. I'm going to answer your questions, all right? So right now, if you want to do a buy now offer, so James asking, so Damien, what was your copy? So Damien, let's get you on the call here, mate. Let's unmute you. Hey, Damien, how you doing?
Good, John. How are you?
Good, mate. Welcome to Monday. So you did a buy now offer, and you had 50 people who are interested in the buy now offer. Do you mind? Just before you say anything, Damien, I just want to preface this because people ask, like, so what copy did you use, or what did you actually send out? What is the thing? James, the copy that Damien used is not going to work for you. I'll guarantee it. You use my copy, I'll guarantee it won't work for you. Even though it worked for me, it won't work for you 9 times out of 10, because you've got to think of more things than just the copy or just how the offer is constructed. You got to think about who you're sending this to and how this works. Because I've had the best strategy campaigns. Damien, I've given you a few campaigns. Have they worked for you?
Yes, almost every time.
Yeah, almost every time. That's not the answer I was looking for, Damien. But anyway,
No, the ones that,
I'm glad.
The ones that don't is when some of my staff make a mistake. So, but even then, they sometimes work.
Yeah. So you made a direct buy now offer. Can you just give us some context of what you did and what the result, or what the process was?
Yeah, so it's pretty simple. So I mean, John, we've been talking about, one of the key things, the differences between the growing agencies, good times and bad, but particularly now, something you need to be doing is outreach marketing. And I've been talking about this for 5 weeks now, that kind of stuff. Typically, I don't try to sell to our guys. Typically, I'm not here to support agencies with marketing, support them with services. We just do that as part of what we do. But typically, I'd rather support our agencies sell and then offer services when they make a deal. But, on Thursday, we just put out a 9-word email. So, James, the structure was a 9-word email, which John's covered a few times, and just pushing our LinkedIn outreach strategy. So it was, are you doing LinkedIn outreach yet? Super important now. One of the big differences between those that are moving forward and those aren't. If you'd like help, get back to us and we'll give you some details. Simple as that. We had 50 people come back. With a PS, be selling this to your clients too.
Yeah. So not only are you going to sell this to them that they can use that service, but they can on-sell this to their clients. So their first sale can pretty much pay. Their first sale of this service to their clients can pay for their own lead acquisition strategy with you.
Exactly right. I mean,
so they can get a customer. They can go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So obviously the point with our agencies using us for this kind of stuff is they get it for wholesale rates themselves too. So they sell it at retail to their clients, but they get they get it at wholesale for themselves. And LinkedIn outreach, within a month you're getting deals. So that was the basic.
Do you mind me asking how much you're charging for LinkedIn outreach for agencies?
I don't know off the cuff. I can let you know tomorrow if you like. It'll be around $200 a month. 200. I don't think it'd be more than $300 a month.
What? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's nothing.
That's crazy. Okay, so everybody here should be doing outreach with you. Because I will. For that kind of money, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. I'd probably. You need to talk to me, Mr. Papworth, about pricing. But that's an amazing offer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have led. Can we do? If we can do a client acquisition strategy for less than $500, are you in? Yes or no? Like you sign here.
The approach we took was more, look, just reminding you, we do this for you, rather than we try not to sell too much, rather to support through our network. We don't really want to,
no,
I don't know, just being wholesale, being the backbone, the resource partner, that sort of breaks down a bit for us when we start getting pushy with sales. So we don't really try that, more to remind them that it's there for them, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So mate, that's it. You made an offer and 50 people went, yep, I'm interested. And now you've got to follow up those 50 people and convert them into sales.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. So, mate, anything else that you can recommend that people do? Go on.
Yeah, look, if anyone's interested, we've obviously got our Facebook group, Digital Marketing Dream Team. I'll post the PDF of what's included in the service up there in the files. So if anyone wants to have a look, I'll put that in the files area today.
Awesome. Yeah, if you can send me the PDF, I'll get it out there as well.
Yeah, awesome, we'll do.
Yeah. Mate, thanks for hopping on, man. Anything else that any other wisdom that you can share? Perhaps some of the things that might have popped up in some of the things that I've talked about this morning, digital footprint, making sure, you know, your branding, your naming, that sort of stuff, just your experience.
So I think, you know, that personal reputation is super important, and just dealing with stuff that comes up. So absolutely, like, you don't necessarily control what's out there, but you need to know what's out there that's been talked about you. You don't know when a previous staff member or an ex-girlfriend or an ex-boyfriend or someone has posted somewhere. I know we've had some guys that have been, you know, just predators. You know, you get the predatory clients and the predatory suppliers who do the wrong thing in business and then do the wrong thing after business and leave, you know, bad blood wherever they go. So it's just definitely important to be aware of that and deal with that where it is. Like, put your reply comments where it is rather than seek to get rid of stuff. But I think, John, one thing that's outside the topic of what you're talking about today that's really, really important is, you know, you've been talking about mini boom coming up. Now, certainly in Australia, today's the day when all the payroll tax gets put back into people's account from their PAYG over the last 3 months. So that starts today. Now, the Queensland government has started relaxing stuff in Australia today, starting on the weekend. Well, I think that was announced yesterday, starting on this weekend coming up. I know, I think the Sydney beaches have started to relax their rules. I mean, it's that mini boom's coming soon, you know, so now's definitely the time.
I would say we're about a month away from, we're probably about a month from where, I know here in Australia, but I know in the US, May is a big touted getting back to work scenario as well for a lot of states. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of the stimulus packages, like you say, are going to start to hit in the next few weeks, now and in the next few weeks, or at least the first wave of the stimulus package is going to hit now in the first few weeks. I think the second stimulus package is going to probably hit over the next 2 to 3 months. But that mini boom is coming, and now is the time to sort of go to the market and say, hey, are you ready for the mini boom? Because it's about to be on your doors. There's money, there's cash coming in the market. There's a bunch of businesses that have left the market. There's a bunch of businesses that are staying. If you're the ones that want to be staying, you want to be found, you want to be visible, and you want to have a strategy right now online that's going to be working for you to get your business on track and out firing in the marketplace. Are you interested in looking at a plan or a strategy to make sure that that's a reality for you, right? Because at the moment, my big question to people is, what's your mini boom plan, right? I've been asking people, what's your mini boom plan, right? I've got a mini boom plan. I've got a huge mini boom plan, yeah. But at the end of the day, this is the time. Like yes, people are going to go back to work. Like you said, Damien, people are going to go back to work. Restrictions are being relaxed. Kids are going back to school. I think they're pushing the agenda to get all kids back in school earlier than what they were anticipating, because you know, this is also holding up the economy as well. This is forcing people to stay home. They want people back out and work. So you're right. Now is the time to have that conversation that the next 3 months are going to be critical from a business point of view, to establish your customer base, to let customers know that you're in business, to maximize the opportunity for conversions in the marketplace. So yeah, I thank you for bringing up that point, because that's really, really important, really important. So yeah, anything else you can think of, Damien, while I got you here?
Yeah, I mean, just on that point too, one of our big clients I mentioned last week was they had a strategy to drop everyone to maintenance for the month of April. So he just confirmed on Friday that every single maintenance package is back to normal starting the 1st of May. So, you know, another indication that, you know, things are moving. You know, and that's he has a lot of campaigns. So that's a big sort of slab of, you know, economic activity, I guess.
Absolutely. And it's really funny that people are really chomping at the bit to get out there now. So they're really looking, they're starting to prepare, they're looking at their options. This is the time that we're, you know, in our offers, when we're asking these questions, that we maximize the opportunity to go and generate those sales. So mate, thanks for hopping on. I really appreciate you doing that. Always good to see you here. With these restrictions, I think we're allowed to go and have a coffee together and sit down together. That
You're
would
back
be
on
good
the coast?
if we could do that. Sorry?
You're back on the coast?
No, I will be though. I
Yeah.
will be very soon. I will be very
Let me know
soon.
when.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But thank you, mate. I really appreciate you hopping on.
Pleasure.
All right. So, questions. So the answer to that question, Mark, what's the website that makes digital footprints for your web presence? It's called noam.com. So I'm just going to type it in the chat here. Noam.com. Noam.com. That's in the chat there. You can see it. So all it is you pay a fee, you fill in descriptions, your images, videos, all that sort of stuff. You do that once, and then what it does is it'll open up accounts, but it'll also show you what accounts are available to you as well. You've got to be mindful. There are certain accounts where your name might be taken up by somebody else. So you need to get creative about perhaps establishing a new brand or new account in the marketplace. So Digital Marketing Dream Team is Damien's Facebook group. For those of you, I'd highly recommend that you jump onto globaltelmarketing.com and sign up for their services and have a look at their dashboards and look at some of the creative offers that they've got in the marketplace, because all of you can benefit from those here. Also, the LinkedIn idea is fantastic. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer your questions here for a few moments. If you want me to help you, let me help you. If you want me to give you ideas, let me give you an idea. If you want to talk about a direct offer that you can make right now, who is brave enough to hop on, and let's talk about crafting a direct offer, a direct money offer that you can make in the marketplace. So anybody want to do that? Who's got a list that they've nurtured, or who's got a list right now? I think a few people have got a list that you've at least contacted more than once. Who's got a list that you've contacted more than once? Who's got a list of that's it. Chris says no, that's it. hspnoam.com. Yeah. Who's got a list? James. You've got a list. Who else? Who's got a list that you've contacted? Tanya, do you have a list? You've got your hands up. So Tanya, let's allow you to talk, Tanya. Hey, Tanya, you there?
Hi, John. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome.
What's the weather like where you are?
Perfect. I'm on the Goldie as well.
Unbelievable. All right. Did you make a time in my calendar?
No, I haven't, John.
You need to make a time in my calendar, Tanya.
I will do that.
So just a quick question, because let's go and craft an offer that you can make a direct sale with today. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had actually started an offer late last week based on the fact that things are just starting to open up. I just want to send it to my recent past clients to reinstate their marketing campaigns. Yeah. So we're talking Google ads, Facebook ads, that kind of thing.
Now, are you happy to share that with us here in the group? You can read it to me. Are you happy to share your offer, or?
Yeah, I can do that. Let me see if I can navigate there.
So this is an offer that you went to previous people you've spoken to. Your offer is, do you want, right now we're obviously getting back into the market. Do you want to instigate a Google ad campaign or a marketing campaign of some sort? That's the offer.
Yeah, to reinstigate a marketing campaign. I was thinking of offering them. Sorry, bear with me while I just find this. I've got far too many windows open, John.
That's okay.
How do I get?
Yeah.
Drafts.
So this is so.
Okay,
what we're
what
getting
I've got,
at,
I was going to offer them 50% off management fees to get them reinstated. So these are accounts that cancelled in end of March. So I was going to say, I hope this finds you well. Is your business currently open right now? The government is starting to relax restrictions on trade from now on. So we're preparing to reinstate marketing for those businesses that want visibility. To ease you back into it, we're offering 50% off management fees for the next 3 months from May 1.
Okay, let's just stop for 50%, not do 50%. How much is 50% worth for them? How much is 50% worth?
So on the management side, we're only talking a couple $100.
Oh, really?
So management on a standard digital campaign is around 500.
Okay, so
So that's the management, John, not the media spend.
yeah, I know, but that's way too cheap. That's so cheap, Tanya. You and I, you definitely need to book a time with me, Tanya, because that's just crazy cheap. So here's what I suggest you do, right? I would say, rather than saying 50%, right, for those people to get their management up and running again, these are only people you know and only people who've run campaigns before, yes?
Yeah, very recently before.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, instead of saying 50%, let's give them $200 towards their management, right?
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to give $200 worth of cash. We want to put $200 worth of cash. We're about to do a massive marketing campaign, and instead of spending the money on advertising, we thought we'd give you the money instead. Right now, you need the money more than you need the money more than most, and we want to be able to help you. So we would like to kick in $200 towards your management fee. If you're interested, just say yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's the offer I would make, a cash offer rather than a percentage offer. Right?
Okay.
Now, when you talk to me, Tanya, we're going to raise your management fee from $500 to $1,500 to $2,500, right?
Right.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. That's the first thing we're going to do is going to talk to you about creating a structure where you're actually going to be charging a proper management fee for what you deliver, as opposed to a lower priced incentivized management fee. Because right now you should have 1,000 customers at $500 a month, and you don't. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get serious, yeah? What your real management fee should be, you know what the poverty pack is right now? The poverty pack in the marketplace is $1,500 a month. That's a poverty pack, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So you're $1,000 below the poverty pack in the marketplace, right?
Okay. But is that true for small campaigns?
Yes. Yes. If any AdWords campaign, the minimum you want to be charging is $1,500. The minimum.
Okay.
Is $1,500.
So what would then
because
the
at the end
minimum
of the day,
media?
that's $18,000 a year. Sorry.
Yeah, but then the minimum media spend would have to be $1,500 as well, right?
$1,000 and up. $1,000 and up. Right.
Wow. Okay.
Because you're not taking consideration here, Tanya, is strategy. What you're not taking consideration is how you set that account up, what you're doing to generate those inquiries. The fact that you've got a dashboard and you're managing their ad spend, right? All of that needs to take into consideration for the management. The management fee sometimes is bigger than the ad fee. In our case, in our agency, Tanya, our management fee is $5,000 and our ad fee is $1,000.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, wow. And we get lots of people paying that without any question. And they love it. They love paying our management fee. Because we put anywhere between 30 and 100 grand a month in their bank account for that $5,000 management fee.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, you and I definitely need to talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you need to help my calendar today.
Very helpful, John. As always. Thank you.
So you've got to just change up the offer. Instead of saying 50% off, say, hey, we want to get, right now, the government's kicking in, the stimulus package is about to hit, the payroll stuff's about to come into your bank accounts, people come back in the marketplace. We need to make sure that you're visible in the market and people can call you. We would like to give you $200 we want to save you some cash. We're going to give you $200 towards towards managing your business, managing your accounts, which is a huge deal, because right now, what you should be saying to people is our standard management fee is $1,500 a month for campaigns. Right now, you're going to get it for $300 a month. Who's in?
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer offer. You are going to get super, super busy with those people that will say yes to that deal.
Right.
Right? Okay?
Excellent.
Michael says, are you kidding me? That's a no-brainer. I think your pricing just blew a lot of people away.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good to know. It's good feedback.
Yeah. Way too cheap. You can't make money doing that, Tanya. And overall, you need volume to be making money, right, out of that, or to make the profit out of that. You need significant volume. And when I say volume, you need 1,000 customers. And right now, you don't have 1,000 customers. That's volume. Yeah. Right. Yeah. At that level, and let me tell you, it's much harder to process and to systemize the volume to make that revenue. So the key part of this is that you're being incredibly kind and generous to people, even though that you may be dealing with a market that is at the smaller end of the market or smaller businesses, right?
Correct.
They're paying more for directory advertising than they're paying you, and you're the one out there getting results for them, Tanya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So we need a little bit of a mind shift conversation, you and I.
Okay.
So because you're doing a lot for not a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So we need to share the equity and get that equity up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you go to calljohnlogar.com, so call CALL johnlogar.com, right? There are going to be two places that you can book a time. Book the one on the right.
Yeah, I did. I jumped in there, John, and had a look, but you know, I'm a duck, so I didn't actually act.
Yeah. So now you can act. We've had this conversation. I know that I'm going to look forward in my calendar in the next half an hour, 20 minutes, that there's going to be a time on my calendar with you. Okay?
Absolutely.
So we
Thank
know,
you.
right? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But thank you for sharing your
it.
offer. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being vulnerable. I really appreciate that. But that offer is an amazing offer. Right now, I'd be setting that, you know, if you sent that out to 50 people, I would have to eat my hat that 20 people wouldn't jump on that offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Questions. I'm happy to take another question. What do we got here? Michael says, I charge $3,000 to manage 2,000 for ad spend, and that's a rented funnel. $1,500 a no-brainer. Michael's saying, Tanya, charge more. Shamil, buy now idea, looking to offer an SEO audit offer to warm referral list as a part of the intro to my service. Typically $2,200, now $1,700. Shamil, as a money offer, I think that's a very, thanks, Damien. I really appreciate you hopping on and sharing. So as a money offer, Shamil, in fact, Shamil, let's get you on the call here if you've got a microphone. Shamil, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Shamil? I've just unmuted you.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so normally you charge $2,200 for an SEO audit, yeah?
No, I was asking the idea actually. No, I was I came on last week. You gave me some advice on pricing, so I put together a landing page. Was referring, getting a referral out. Somebody agreed to send out an intro to me to my services, and based on what you were saying here, one of my question I was going to bring today to the conference was whether or not I should charge for SEO audits.
You can and you should. You can and you should. Now, a simple SEO audit, you can do for free. But a detailed SEO audit, one where you go deep into the analytics and all that sort of stuff, you should definitely charge for that audit. So what I would do, because you haven't been charging for audits, have you?
No.
So here's what I would do. This is just like a deal of the day type thing, right? You don't want to offer this all the time. You're going to do this one time. You're going to make the offer over a 48-hour period, right? We're going to craft this offer for 48 hours only, right?
Okay.
And we need to build some context here. So I'm going to riff here. You need to listen to what I'm saying here, right? We're going to upload this into the Facebook group and into YouTube. So you can go back to this, but I want you to make this offer over the next 48 hours, right? For others who are listening to this right now, this is an offer that you can make in the next 48 hours, okay? For others who are on this call, you can do a similar thing. Think about what I'm about to construct for Shamil here. We're going to do this together. Shamil, are you cool?
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. So for those who are listening to this, and I'm happy for you to chime in or ask questions or give feedback, I want you to think of this as how can I apply this offer that Shamil is making to what I'm doing? How do I apply what I'm about to construct with Shamil to what I'm doing? And then if you can execute the next 48 hours, that would be really cool, right? That would be really cool. So So here's the direct offer idea. So Shamil, you haven't been charging for SEO audits, but you want to charge for them. Now, right now, we've got to be mindful that an SEO audit is going to give you some things that need to be fixed right now, and also things you need to be aware of to be able to improve your position in the future for the service you want. Right? That's what doing an audit does. Right now, it's to figure out what's going on, what is your competition doing, where do you fit in the space of the competition, what you're doing correctly, what's missing, what's broken, what are the recommendations that you need to pay attention to moving forward. That's essentially your SEO audit, yeah?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The second thing is you're going to use something like Ahrefs, Majestic SEO, SEMrush to get the report, yes?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so all tools that are pretty much, they're not very expensive, but they're available to us. That's what we're going to use. So we're going to use that information. That's going to spew out a report. The problem with a report like that from those services is they can be too much over the head detail for people. So what you're going to do is you're going to give them a summary, like a basic, pull out the points that are key out of the report that you create, and you're going to give them a summary to take action on, right? So now let's build the product. Let's build the product, right? So not only we're going to do a competitive analysis, right? We're going to give you a where you're at snapshot right now, right? So a competitive analysis, where you're at snapshot right now, and the 3 things that you need to take action on right now. Normally we charge $2,200 for that audit, right? But if you're interested today, for the next 48 hours, right? $350. You're going to save $2,000 whatever dollars, right? Or $1,900, whatever you want to do, right? If you want to take advantage of this, and then you need to show what that's going to look like. So you've got to give them a quick example, right? Okay. So you don't need to show the whole report, just, snapshot. This is what it looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so take a screenshot.
Okay. So normally we charge $2,200 to do an in-depth audit for the next 48 hours. And here's why this is important. If you take this audit, right, we will take the $350 and put it towards, we will give you, if you're using somebody like Globotel, right, we will give you 3 months worth of SEO for free.
Okay.
Right? Now you can charge $650 for the report, right? Now you don't have to pay for, or we'll give you the first month of SEO for free, right? We'll give you $2,000 of SEO. If you buy this report, I'll give you $2,000 of SEO.
Okay.
That's a good offer, yeah?
All right.
Yeah. So now let's craft the campaign that goes with the offer, right? Are you cool? I just want to make sure you're cool with what I've just said before we go. I just want to make sure you're cool with what I said. Are you cool with offering the deal at, let's say, I want to pick an odd number. So let's say $450, right? Yeah?
Yeah,
$450?
It wasn't a service I was providing. It wasn't a service I was charging for in the first place, but I wanted to start charging for because it takes time.
Yeah. So $450. So if you take this offer, right, not only will you have exactly what you need to be able to move forward online with your business, but I'm going to give you $2,000 with SEO up front for free. That is 1 month of SEO, Shamil. 1 month. Now, if you're using a third-party provider, that's not costing you anything, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm using, a third-party provider.
Yes. So if you use a third-party provider, that's not costing you anything. So for 1 month, we'll give you a month. We'll give you $2,000 of SEO, right, if you take advantage of this offer. Now, why is this offer really cool? We need to construct the offer, right? Right now, we want it. Right now, being found online is the most important thing. Right now, I can't find you. Shamil, I can't find you. I need to find you, right? And then you go, hey, the reason I'm putting this email out, or the reason I'm reaching out to you is right now, the number one thing is you need to be found online. The market is about to come back to work, and the market is going to grow, and they're looking for services. And right now, 1/3 of the market has gone away. If you are not 1/3 of the market that's gone away, that means you're staying in business. If you're staying in business, one of the vital things that you need to do right now is to be found online. And if I can't find you on a mobile device in location for your service, then you're invisible to the marketplace. And let me tell you, they are looking for you now because there's a whole bunch of businesses that are closed. And right now, if you're open, we need to let people know that you're open. So what I want to do is I want to help you. I want to give you $2,000 worth of search strategy, search marketing right? If you take the first step in making sure that you're maximizing your opportunity to be found. And that first step is to do a full audit. Our audits, normally we charge $2,000 for an audit. We're giving the audit away today for $450. I can only do this for 3 people. I'm giving away $6,000 with SEO. If you're interested, please reply yes, or please reply with the best phone number so I can answer your questions on this email. You got it?
Yeah, no, I got it. I got it. I see where you're going.
That's the campaign, right? Now, is there any questions around this campaign that you're worried about?
No, I think for me, it's the snapshot, getting it out. I think you came up with the copy for me right there, just on this sample.
Yeah.
I'm a do person, so I really just go with what you got right there, and then just see what happens. And then,
yep. Let's see what happens. Now, I need you to follow up a few people as well. If you're going to send this out to 30, 50, 100 people, I need you to just touch base with a few people. Say, look, I'm going to P.S. I'm going to follow you up to see if this offer's for you, right? I'm going to follow you up if this is important to you. So all you're going to do is when you call people, you're just going to say, hey, look, I shot this out. I don't know if it was for you. I don't know if you saw it, but this is what I'm doing. If you're interested, would you like to take advantage of the offer? Right?
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah. that's just all you're doing is touching base on what you're putting out into the marketplace. Yeah?
All right. Thank you, John.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you who are listening, can anybody see how this can apply? Shamil, I'm just going to mute you, man.
Sure, thank you so much.
While I do this. You're welcome. So anybody else can see, can you see how this applies to you, right? Chris says, definitely I can do that. Who can use that campaign? It doesn't have to be SEO. You can do that for AdWords. You can do that for Facebook, right? Let me do a Facebook audit right now. Let's look at what's going on in the market, where you're at, what the competition's doing, right? There are certain things you can do. If you use software like iSpionage, not espionage, iSpionage.com, you can go and put a business that's actually running ads right now into the search. It'll show you what keywords they're tracking for, how much they're paying for per click. It'll show you the landing pages that they're using to convert, right? And then you can go to the market and say, listen, I want to show you the top 3 pages right now that are converting leads for your business. And right now you need to be found and you need to let people know that you're in business. I want to share with you a really simple strategy of showing you the top 3 performing campaigns that are getting the phones ringing off the hook. If you're interested, just reply yes or give me the best phone number and I can share that with you. You can do that, right? Yes, you can do that. You can also do that for a reignition campaign. Yes, you can make the same offer, right? Right now, who was it? Chris. Rufus again, John, sorry, I want to get into this niche in New Zealand, but I can't get enough leads to sell. How do your US guys get them? They advertise for them and they go to directories and they look for the aggregator. So if you go to houzz.com, 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 .nz or .co.nz or .co.uk or .com US. Go look at roofing providers. All the roofers in there are being charged $24,000 a year to actually have their ads on houzz.com. So there's a great list for you, Chris, right there, all for free on Houzz, HOUZZ.com, houzz.com. or .co.nz or .co.uk. You can designate the countries you want that in. There's over 4 million businesses on there, and there's thousands of roofers on houzz.com. Thousands of them, right? Any other questions? I'm happy to answer a question here. Otherwise, I'm going to say thank you for sharing your Sunday with me, for my American cousins, for my UK people here who got up so early in the morning. I know it's early or late in the evening for you. I appreciate you hopping on. For all my Australians here, welcome to the new week. This is where we're going to go and make some money. That's what we've got to do today. What are they spending? What do you mean by what are they spending, James? I don't understand what that question means. So they buy, so houzz.com, what happens is you actually pay per lead and you actually have to pay for listings. The top 20 listings in Houzz are paying $2,500 a month to be a top 10 listing. So they're going to pay $28,000 a year with no guarantees, no guarantees. And they're paying per lead, per email inquiry. So house is very, very, very wow. Yeah, if you're on house, then you got money, right? So there's an identifiable market. People are already spending money on house, and people are going to spend money on marketing. So that's a market. That is a market. So any other questions? I'm happy to take any questions. Yes, it's possible that is an easy conversation or conversion. Yes. I think Chris was trying to find a list of roofers, Michael. He was trying to find a list of roofers. I've just given you a list of roofers. Yeah. I'm happy to answer one more question here. Otherwise, I'm going to say thank you. See you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. At the end of the day, we're trying to move the needle forward. Hopefully, biggest takeaway today, it'd be really cool if you can just type in the chat, what's your biggest takeaway? Biggest takeaway would be really cool, jumping in. Of all the things you picked up, what's the biggest takeaway for you today? Don't be a duck. Yes. Charge more than I imagined. Yes, Chris. Easy offers are easy to make to an existing list. Yes. Buy now, offer walkthrough. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Readjusting your offer, Mark. Yes. You mentioned your company, Consulting Unleashed Group, under which you operate several companies. So are these companies incorporated under the group? No, they're not. They're brands, Chris. They are brands under that group. Some of them are trademarked. Some of them are, you know, there's a whole bunch of entities in that realm. So yes. Charge more. Yes, absolutely, Tanya. You've got to charge more. Please, please do. Digital reputation, yes, yes, it can be important. Reignition campaign, easy way to make sales. Yes, a reignition campaign is an easy way to make sales. So me even offering, going to the client, saying, listen, do you want an easy way to make sales right now? Let me show you a really simple strategy that you can generate an extra 20, 30% cash flow this month. Are you interested in looking at that strategy? There's your offer. Errors and omissions, yes, you need some errors and omissions. If you haven't got it, I would highly recommend that you buy it. Tanya says, rewriting my re-engagement offer or reviewing my, thank you, Tanya, I really appreciate you saying that. Looking forward to seeing you on my calendar. So with that, I want to thank you all for being here. Tomorrow, same time, same bat channel, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. More tactics, more strategies, all about helping you to generate clients. So with that, I want to thank you. This is going to be put in the Facebook group. It is also going to be put into the YouTube channel, so you can rewatch the video and get the scripting and all those sorts of things. Thank you for being here. If you know of anybody who should be here, let them know that I'm doing this every day. I'm doing this 7 days a week, hopping on and sharing tactics and strategy to try and help as many people as possible. If you can send them to this website, if you can send them there to consultingunleashed.com/go, they will get access to a whole bunch of stuff and also access to this training or the registration for this training. So if you can shoot that out to people, that'll be awesome. I really appreciate that. Hope you're getting a lot out of these daily calls. I know I am. I really appreciate all of you sharing, opening up and talking through this. So for those of you, I wish you all the very best. Go make some offers in the next 24 hours. Love to hear what sort of results, what sort of feedback that you're getting. You should be getting some feedback within a 48-hour period. Love to hear if you've made some sales. Bring that to the conversations. Again, be a do. Don't be a duck, be a do, right? Be a do and get out there and make it happen. Thank you very much for being here. I will talk to you soon.